South Africa is grappling with a growing narcotics trade. This is fueling organized crime across borders and in communities, as well as feeding drug addictions. In a bid to combat these crimes, South African police are working on targeting cross-border drug trades and seizing consignments due for the streets. 19,000 people were arrested for the possession of drugs during the festive period.
We gathered here today in Gauteng to destroy some of the drugs that we have confiscated as police. We are today destroying about 5 tons of drug worth 550 million. These drugs come from various provinces, especially your Free State, KZN, Gauteng, Mpumalanga, Limpopo and Northwest. We have got quite a number of variety of drugs. Some of them were seized in the last financial year. You remember somewhere in October. We have a lot of seizure of drugs from the Durban Harbour. There is drugs seized from the OR Tambo Airport.
This is the 5th drug destruction process in the current financial year. However, communities feel this is only one part of the drug eradication process.
You know, the term war against drugs is no longer even a thing, because one thing that we have realized is this challenge of substances and illicit substances in particular is a challenge that requires a more holistic way of dealing with it. We cannot just be saying SABC is responsible for it, because SABC is not the only one that's responsible for it. We as communities are responsible for it. The other departments are responsible for it, because we need to always bring the whole human being that is even using these substances into the matter and not just be focused on what SABC is doing. So our role as the CDA, including SABC in the CDA, is to ensure that even all the other departments that are engaged in this work, we are collaborating, we are coordinating efforts, and then we are bringing a holistic solution to the problem and not just saying war on drugs, because that has been said not to have worked.
It is just but one piece of the puzzle when it comes to addressing substance use disorder. Like my colleague said, we need all departments on board. If you look at the enablers to substance and why people are selling drugs, it is poverty, it is unemployment. There are so many enablers, and for as long as we don't address that in terms of keeping children connected to education, making sure that there's housing for people, ensuring that poverty is alleviated, ensuring that there's jobs in our country, building on our economy. Right now South Africa is doing pretty poorly when it comes to our economy. People don't want to invest in our communities because you see that most of the crimes that are being committed is as a result of substance. People just stealing anything and everything from infrastructure. So the task at hand is quite mammoth, and it definitely requires everyone.
Police are collaborating with other country officials to curb the flow of drugs into the country. Hasina Gori, SABC News, Johannesburg.